as the race progresses. Makes our job a little bit easier looking down from the top there.
Great camera angle. Really cool to see exactly in line with the front row of the grid. So cars coming in at the back of the field. We are just moments away.
Keep it close on that Brian Smith car too, that blue car just behind him. There it is.
Great start from him. Really good start.
Now, another one surprised is the co-wheel entry, the Vaughan co-wheel entry, which has had his first start here at the previous round. And he's got himself up to position 4 on the grid. That's a terrific effort. They did have a few issues at the first round. So that's another one we'll be having a very... Here they go. They'll fan out here, as I predicted. Trying to give themselves a little bit of track space. Graham Hicks got stuck up in there. You see the GA orange car with the big flames down the side there. That's a new livery for that car too. Looks extra cool.
Does.
Or extra hot, depending on which way you look at it.
Panowicz is red hot at the moment. He's taken the race lead from Scaife, although Scaife is going with him. They've so far gapped Smith early on in this one, and we can see this race slightly shorter. So this is going to end at 13:57 plus 1 lap local time. So about 5 minutes shorter than what was originally intended. But we can see all the cars fire into the hairpin on lap number 1. Smith trying to go with the front 2, and he's just about keeping in arm's reach at this point in time. Here we go, a couple of those tribute liveries, and even Gallia with the number 11 on the side as well, really making a point that it is a Perkins tribute livery.
Certainly is. That's Adrian Gallia behind the wheel there.
Oh,
and there's a big cloud of dust. I'm not too sure who that was.
Kept it in the right direction.
But someone
no, there was a spin just at the back end of the shot. There he is.
Oh, that's Chris Stark in the Starkini
yes.
livered car there. Chris only had his second race meeting too, I may add. So quite a few names soon involved in this 2024 series.
Couldn't quite see.
Kevin Lynch here, the 60 car. Mostly not too much sponsorship on that car.
Yeah, couldn't quite see that at first. Oh, another stopped car. That's the recently re-liveried machine.
It's Graham Hinks.
Yeah.
Parked down there. So we'll just have a look to see what happens here as far as where those cars are actually positioned on track. Graham looks like he's right over the back of the circuit there. And the 86 car there, which is Vaughan Cowell, he's got Alan Hawkins. Well, actually, that's not Alan Hawkins, just behind him. I'm just, oh, that's the 42 car
of Cole.
Who is that sneaky?
No, I think that's Colwell, 86. So he's dropped down from his second row starting position as they fire around the final corner using all of the road there. The number 42 machine right out towards the grass. That is Anderson crossing the line in 8th position. So up 9 positions on that opening lap. Anderson, a phenomenal start.
Had a ripping first round, and I don't know what the problem was in qualifying. Put him at the rear of the grid, but he's going to be charging his way through the field.
Yeah, as you say, second in the first round points, so comes into this one second in the standings behind Smith, and as you say, the front 2 are really the not really thinking championship, they're just thinking race wins at this point in time. They didn't do round number 1. These guys are going to be really tight around turn number 5. Who's going to give way? It's going to have to be the Golf liveried machine on the outside. Number 36 of Semler, as the number 11, Gallia fires up the inside. That's a nice move, but I think 36 will hold it around the outside, and does. Oh, is there going to be room left?
Adrian Gallia got on the inside of Aaron Semler there.
Good move.
So he's virtually followed Kevin Lynch through, who did that a couple turns earlier. That's the green and black coloured number 60 car you can see in that group, and they're currently 4th, 5th and 6th position on the field at this very moment. So they're just behind our leading group. Sean Panowicz is leading the race in the complete doors entry. As you would expect, a very experienced campaigner in this field. So that's the group we're just looking at there. So Kevin Lynch now up into 4th position. But the hard-charging Adrian Gallia behind the Castrol livered inspired car. And there's the air everywhere entry. So that's Kim Anderson in the 42. Come from the rear of the field, and he is now on the back of Aaron Semler.
Brilliant.
So he's up into 5th position. So, as you expect in the next race, there's always plenty happening.
Oh, certainly is. Certainly is. And he's...
Oh, look at that. Tries to get up on the inside there of the golf-livered car there of Aaron Semler. Didn't quite make that pass move. Or stick, I should say. And all of a sudden, Adrian Gallia's feeling the heat a little bit because even though Semler is trying to get up behind him, he's also trying to fight defensively with Anderson behind him as well. And look behind it, there's the Jaguar XL. So that's the car there of Nathan Green, and he's come from the clouds as well.
I was going to say, similar in the 36, doesn't know where to look forwards or in the rear vision mirrors at the moment. He's more looking in the rear vision mirror as the 42 pulls up the inside, and so does Gallia on Lynch as well. In the fight for fourth position, the top three are miles ahead, but this is a fantastic scrap for fourth position. Gallia takes fourth, Anderson takes sixth. In fact, he's going to take fifth around the outside at turn number 2. Thank you very much. Top 5 position in just 2 laps and 2 corners. Brilliant start from Anderson, the man currently second in the standings. He is making great headway early on in this race, and he's going to continue that momentum. He's looking at Gallia. Meanwhile, the man third in the series coming into this round, Selma, is looking at the tail of the number 60 machine of Lynch. Oh, here we go. Anderson up the inside. Bit of a lock-up. In fact, quite a big lock-up, but he's got it to the apex, made it stick, and takes fourth position now. What a charge.
That's that notorious turn 6 down there. That's a very good passing turn down through there, and he's made full total advantage out there, Anderson. Nick Scaife, our current race leader, so we've had a change of lead there. Scaife has gone back to the front there. So in the 44 landscape, or the yardstick landscape entry, there it is. Right on cue, so you can see the green and black coloured car there, the Mowers Plus entry. 2 long-time, very experienced stalwarts, positions 1 and 2 there. And they would really start to... They've actually really dropped off Brian Smith, current Masters champion from last season. It's interesting to note, too, that Brian Smith, who won the championship last year, actually blew a motor in that car with only 3 turns remaining on the very last lap of the series.
Yeah, right. Wow, there you go.
So he didn't quite get the last race done, but still managed to... there's contact there. And Aaron Semler was the one that cocked the short back and sides there from Vaughan Colwell.
Just put the foot to the floor, front wheel drive, kicked back around, and continued straight line. Fantastic save.
There's a black car behind him. That's Graham Hewitt. That's the Black Ball Racing entry. It's a terrific livered car as well. Graham's also another competitor that's been around in the series for quite some time. Another experienced campaigner. Usually makes the annual trip to Darwin in the middle of the year. Goes out just to support up there for the supercars. No doubt they'll be doing that all over again this year. There's Anderson in front of Gallia there as they go past. There's a replay here coming up. Here we go. This will give us a fairly good idea of what's happening. Oh, yeah. Colwell too late on the brakes there, and he's just got well and truly into the side there of Aaron Semler. He's just copped the short back and sides there.
I don't think he was quite far up enough alongside, was he? And Siv's sort of just behind or just alongside that rear door. You want to be at least halfway up the car to make a clean and executed manoeuvre, but nevertheless, they play on. No real damage done, and they are still nose to tail on the racetrack as they sweep around the iconic sweeping turn number 5, the fast left-hander, and then down under brakes into turn number 6. We've certainly seen some incidents at this corner, not only in state racing, but of course in supercars as well. It's been a real corner of attrition over the years, this turn number 6.
Nick Scaife just posted the fastest lap time there, 2:25.62. And he's just starting to get away from Sean Panowich too, so...
not by much, 0.06 of a second, yeah. Very tight between the top 2, 7/10 the margin, but since Scaife has got in front, he's not exactly broken clear and pulled away. Panowich is certainly keeping with him at this point in time. They've broken Smith, he's by himself, 7 seconds behind leading pair, and then beyond that we have this incredible battle.
That's Nathan Green, got in front of that pack as well. So the XL Jaguar,
yes,
is that car has not seen too much competition, certainly over the last 12 months. So good to see Nathan out at a race car rather than joining me in a commentary box, because that's what he's been doing for a lot of the part of the series.
And then as well behind we got the BMW XL as well, the Benson and Hedges liveried or inspired liveried machine. Interesting that car's running a rear wing unlike no other XL, maybe wanting a bit more downforce around sector 2.
I think it's supposed to replicate the wing on the Sierra.
I think so.
I think that's probably where that idea comes from.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know if there's any advantage at all, but it looks pretty cool out there.
Yes. And a good exit onto the final corner now, going to slot back in behind. Great racing and such immaculately presented machines. Well, that's
Eddie there, the Evolution Crash Repairs entry. A little bit wide there at 18. He's a massive supporter of this series too, by the way, as far as sponsorship deals are concerned.
But that's always been what I say about the SA series. The XLs here are so immaculately presented, almost no scratches on them. Although they were getting pretty close there. They nearly put a bit of black rubber on some paint there, but the Jaguar XL, as you refer to it, is just being displaced there. Green falling back behind Semler, and Colwell now right behind the number 9 as well as they exit turn number 3, head up the hill and into the daunting turn number 5. Turn number 4, there is a little kink there, a little right-handed kink. You hardly see it, but yeah, and then they swing fast around the left. Is Colwell having a look? He certainly is. Late on the brakes, he's got it done. Brilliant pass from a long way back. He was a good 3 or 4 car lengths, but the number 9 holds it around the outside. Green will now have the inside back for turns 7, 8, 9, and number 10 as well. The 4 consecutive fast right-handers as the track falls away from you, as you can see down the hill. Brilliant shots from Blendline TV, really showing the elevation down that back section.
It gives a great indication of how that track falls away down that part of the circuit. Very fast, sweeping part of the circuit. Nathan Green there in the Jaguar XL in front of Vaughan Colwell. Nathan Green really just sort of knock a bit of rust out of the elbows over some time out of in the XL series.
I thought Colwell was going to have a move there, but didn't quite. Got a good exit, but couldn't make it work down at turn number 13. It's really hard to make a pass there. The blind corner, you really need good cooperation from the person you're racing. And same at this one as well. And he's got good cooperation because the number 9 has run wide, an unforced error from Green. He's kept it around there, though. He's just about holding on, trying to grip hold of any little bit of string he can to keep the position. And he is going to hold on for now, but how much longer? Turn number 17 is under attack from the 86. The number 86, though, is coming under attack himself now from Zonetti. So it's really a good battle here. 23 is joining in, Hewitt. And then I don't think we're too far away from seeing Hawkins and Swain joining the train as well to make it a half dozen group. But here we go, up the inside. Great run out the final corner. For the number 86 machine of Colwell, who's going to take the place down in towards turn number 1 and will do so. This scrapped for just inside the top 10. Oh, and through comes number 29. He says, if you go through, I might as well follow suit. Great move from Zanetti there. Fastest lap last time through for our race leader, Nick Scaife. I was saying Panowicz was keeping up with him. Well, not on that last lap. Oh, no!
That's Alan Hawkins.
And he's hit the wall hard, front on down at turn number 1.
Look at the scuff marks on the dirt marks there on the concrete barrier there. He's out of the car and looking a bit ginger, to say the least. Yeah. He is on his 2 feet, which is good, positive news, but that's going to hurt.
The XL doesn't look quite so good. Looks pretty second-hand there, and we have gone safety car with 6 minutes remaining in this race. So this will neutralise things. Just as Scaife was skipping away from the rest of the field, it's all going to be neutralised. And here is the race leader in the number 44 machine. Of course, number 44 being made famous by Lewis Hamilton, of course, in recent years. We're not sure if, because we've gone safety car, we might call this race a couple of laps early. So we may see the checkered flag come out. Scaife's still pushing pretty hard, despite the safety car boards and flags waving and being shown to the number 44 machine. Are we going to see checkered flag?
Yeah, checkered flag here. Dan, just been confirmed. So Nick Scaife will go through and collect that one, and actually take his first Masters victory in this class. So
Great race.
So he's managed to pick that one off. And then we go back to Sean Panowich, and obviously Brian Smith, who we saw last season, not quite getting things his own way there, will finish up in third under the checkers there.
Of course, slowing down quite a lot because of the stationary car at turn number 1. The ambulance crew straight away on the scene there, but cars continue to come through. Smith, Anderson, what a recovery drive to position number 4 from the back, and then Gallia rounding out the top 5.
Checker flags waving away down there. Just the medical crew just heading down to turn 1 just to make. That's of course the compulsory to head down there and make sure that the driver is okay. And that incident has happened down at turn 1. So who else has gone through? We've got Vaughan Caldwell finished up in 8th position. Rob Soanetti in the Evolution Crash Repairs entry in 9th. 10th was Nathan Green. Graham Hewitt, Darren Swain, also on debut this weekend, I may add. Chris Stark, Andrew Young in the, there it is, right on cue, the Chrysler Racing inspired entry.
Oh, yes.
As you can see the orange and black coloured car going through there. Sean Berger, and at the rear of the field there is Dale Annette, which is the lime green and blue coloured car just coming over the crest there.
Lime green certainly grabs your attention, doesn't it? Sticks out like a sore thumb, but a sore thumb in a good way. As we see the cars head around the backside of the circuit. Here are the results then from that one. Nick Scaife taking the win in the end by 7.5 seconds, but because of that safety car, I don't really think it shows on that last lap just how close it was. And then beyond that, Brian Smith in 3rd position, the reigning champion and current series leader. Beyond that, Kim Anderson, Adrian Gallia, Kevin Lynch, Aaron Semler, who was involved in that great scrap for 6th position there. Beyond that, Vaughan Caldwell, Robert Zanetti, and the returning Nathan Green running at the top 10. He'll be pleased with that.
Certainly will. Then outside the 10, we've got Graham Hewitt, the Black Ball Racing entry. Darren Swain's been pretty good for first up. Chris Stark had an adventurous first up race. Andrew Young, Sean Berger on debut also. And then obviously we got Dale Annette at the rear of the field. Alan Hawkins failed to finish, and obviously Graham Hinks was an earlier retirement also.
And Smith giving up a little bit of space, maybe half a metre there behind the line. The front two pretty evenly matched. And we await now the green flag at the back, because all cars are in formation. Who's it going to be? The Yardstick Landscapes car or the complete doors and windows machine? Very even jump from the two on the front row. Not a good start for Anderson at all. He bogged down off the line. He's going to lose at least 1 place on the run to turn number 1. Could potentially lose some more. But Panowich is the one who's made the better start and will take the lead into turn number 1 ahead of yesterday's race winner Scaife. Here comes the 36 machine, the Golf sponsor machine. A brilliant start from Semler. Oh, a slow machine exiting the corner. That's Lynch. Not sure what happened there, but certainly got a poor exit out of the corner. And he's now under great attack from XL's left, right, centre, wherever he looks. There's an XL in his rear vision mirror at the moment, but he's regrouped, reset, and he's on the tail of Gallia. But yeah, lots of reshuffling in the pack in those first few corners.
Certainly was. Lynch got caught out there. It's got a little bit of a scuff mark on the back fender of that car, so might have been some contact there. Gallia on the inside there, or actually on the outside there of Nathan Green. Went a little bit wide there. As I mentioned before, Green having his first run back in that car for quite some time in the Jaguar XL. It's just another one of those tribute liveries that we've seen throughout the field. And he's under attack. Kevin Lynch has certainly recovered too. He's got up behind Gallia there, down the back of the circuit.
I think they've both dropped back. They were nose to tail on the grid. I think they've both dropped back around about the 10th or something around that position. So I think they've both lost places. And the number 9 of Green has certainly leapt up a few as well. So we'll find out when they come around to complete lap number 1 exactly who has moved where, the real movers and shakers. But as we say, a lot of changes. I don't think anybody's in the position they started at the end of this lap.
Kim Anderson, they got off to a very tardy start. So he's going to make it. Look at the wheel lift there at Adam Semler's Golf livered car. He's under plenty of pressure. Kim Anderson started from the rear of the grid in race 1 yesterday and worked his way all the way up to his 4th position. But he didn't take full total advantage of this morning's start, so he's got a little bit of extra work. So the guy he sat alongside the grid is Brian Smith, and he's 2 cars in front of him. Current Masters champ from last year. Got a little bit more competition around him in this series, or certainly at this round.
Oh, good exit from Anderson. Really good exit, and he's got the toe. The XLs do this. They run right up to the concrete wall because it doesn't give as much as a draft as if they just sat in the middle of the road. The concrete sort of protects them a little bit, and it doesn't give as much as a toe to the car behind as they would if they're in the middle of the road. Here comes Scaife. Yeah, Scaife around the outside, but can't make that one work. Anderson up the inside has made it work on the Gulf-sponsored 36 of Semler. So he's back where he started, though. Semler returns, serve a great move. Lunge up the inside, well executed, and he's made it stick, although Anderson just about has some overlap, and a nice run out the corner on the banked sort of corner run exit, and fights back. So great race in between these two, and Scaife again firing around the outside. He's going to have to cut back, I reckon, on the exit. Oh no, excuse me, he's going to go around the outside. Surely that's not going to work. Oh, a bit of mid-corner understeer. Is there still some overlap for the ever-tightening right-handers? Turn number 7, yep, he's up the inside. Turn number 8, he makes that move. Really deceiving these right-handers. They get tighter and tighter each one of the 4 you do. And it's a really tricky section, of course, but Scaife has made the move. Our race 1 winner returns to the front.
Yeah, good move down there. The sweepers down there on the northern part of the track from Nick Scaife, who's back. Oh, someone's dropped the wheel. That's Brian Smith in the 99 car there, a little bit wide, and it could be a good reason for that because he's under plenty of pressure from the other similarly livered car in Kim Anderson. And on the inside there, just got the nose up there. This is for 3rd and 4th position on track. So you can see the high beam car wash entry under plenty of pressure. Kim Anderson is trying to worry Brian Smith there.
These two were 1st and 2nd in the round here earlier on in the year, round number 1, and both took 2 victories apiece in what was a 4-race round. This one only the 3, and they've been challenged greatly by the top 2 who've come into this series, this round, and have dominated so far, but the championship protagonists, as they were in round number 1, fighting nose to tail.
Adam Semler got up behind them 2 blue cars as well. See the orange and light blue coloured Golf livered car. So while these other 2 are having their own little dice there, they just slip back in the clutches of Adam Semler a little bit. In fact, here's a move. It's going to be Anderson on the inside of turn 1. See him switch back, so he gets him into a nice track position. You should get past Smith here, and he'll get the job done. So a little bit of a smarter move there down inside the apex there at turn 1, and it's a good place to be in front as you go down through turns 2 and 3. And Semler on the inside there of Smith, and tried to follow him through. Well, out in the wide too. Smith went wide there. You saw the dust just get kicked up on the outside of the track, and Semler just drops it back in behind him as they head down towards the turn 6 sector. Kevin Lynch on the inside there, puts the pass down. I think that might have been Nathan Green. That was. Just coming out of the sun glare there. Kevin Lynch just pinches a brake also down there at the turn 6 hairpin. Oh, he went extremely wide. And Green nearly got his position back. And they're currently in positions 9 and 10. So it's just inside the top 10. Kevin Lynch, a Mount Gambier-based race car driver. This comes from the Southeastern Auto Club down there. Yeah, he's got away from Green. Look at that. Once he's got in front of him, he's left him for dead. So he's currently, as I mentioned, 9th and 10th on the grid.
Mount Gambier, certainly, Tail and Bend for Mount Gambier is the right side of Adelaide, probably only 4 hours from where we are, whereas Malalar's more like 6 hours really for him, so not as far to travel here to Tail and Bend. That's one of the great things though about the South Australian venues, that Tail and Bend is an hour south of the city and Malalar's around about the hour north of the city, so it really does. There's one track for each side of the city. There's always a track local, shall we say.
Which is, oh, that's the Hinks car there. That's the car that started from rear of the field. That's Graham Hinks. He's got himself up into 12th position. So you get the GH haulage car there with the orange flames going down the side to give it a pretty cool look. It's the 212 car of Chris Stark, the Starkini car, which of course is the Martini-livered coloured car. It's very clever, and that's another tribute livery. That's the SVR dealer team car, or it's actually a knockoff of what the old Chrysler's Chargers used to look like back in the 1970s, the Chrysler racing team. Andrew Young's actually a massive fan of that era, and so he decided to do a tribute livery and paint the car up orange and black, just like the Chargers were of the day.
Speaking of tribute liveries, through goes Gallia in the Perkins Engineering tribute livery, and he's gone as far as even selecting number 11, as Larry Perkins always did on his legendary Perkins Engineering machines, of course, winning the Bathurst 1000 in that sort of paint scheme in 93 with Greg Hansford, and then again with Russell Ingle in 95 and 1997.
Rob Sinetti just behind him in the moment, the Evolution Crash Repairs entry. Been a massive supporter of this category as well, Rob. Oh, and he just locks the brake up there a little bit. Gets a little bit of that normal wheel lift. We'll see plenty of that around this section of the track. And they do the climb down towards turn 7. It's actually a bit of a hill after 6 to 7, 8, 9 and 10. You climb and then all of a sudden it just dips away, and you'll see it right here. It dips right down there at turn 10. They go behind the wall. So he just drops off the back there of Gallia. Car running in both classes here this weekend. And obviously son Jake will be taking the reins in the next race. And he'll become, that car will become car 71 in the trophy series.
That's right, yes. Just looking at the front of the field, Scaife, fastest lap of the race last time through, about 0.7 of a second faster than Panowicz, so extending that margin. But this is a great battle on the back end of the top 10 between Lynch, Green, Hinks and Swain on the screen.
Hinks is also got plenty of pressure on Nathan Green at the moment. And he really is applying the heat of those. Oh, he's gone wide there. Jeez. Pushed a little bit too hard. And just tries to keep up, braking very late. And Swain, who's on debut this weekend in the AE electrical entry, has actually pitched a position there. So he made full advantage there of Hinks' little off-road excursion.
Oh, I think he's missed a gear though on the exit, has he? No, I think that was a bit of a deceiving camera angle. Thought the 78 had a good overlap there.
23 car this one, that's the Black Ball Racing entry. That's Graham Hewitt. And look at him breathing down Hinks' neck at the moment. So this is back a little bit further. This is positions 10, 11, 12 and 13.
Sorry, I just saw Zanetti locking both wheels up down at turn number 1, but he got around the corner okay. 78, here we are, up the inside. Hinks on Hewitt, so returns serve there after the mistake at turn number 16. As you see a replay of that pass, the pass where the 142 machine took the 78, and I thought 78 was going to make it back through. Oh, they were pretty close. In fact, I think there was contact.
I think there's a bit of lipstick exchange there. A little kiss.
As they go around the final corner, then we saw the return pass, the 78 machine going back past the 142. It's a really costly mistake, that one, to make, isn't it, around turn 16. If you put two wheels through the grass, you are almost sitting duck down into turn number 17 because it affects your momentum all the way down there.
Mix. It's got a real Hot Wheels look about it, that livery, hasn't it?
I knew it was familiar somewhere. That's what it is. Yeah, Hot Wheels look. Exactly right.
Looks pretty cool. Just the same, they've done a great job of freshening up the livery on that car. Got the AE electrical entry behind us, Darren Swain, who's new to this class. Done a great job so far. He's had a pretty successful weekend. He's managed to pick up a few positions. Now it's game on here. That's the 9 car, so that's Nathan Green. And the Jaguar is about to be overtaken there from Graham Hinks.
Good pass. He's certainly quicker there at the moment is Hinks. Obviously made that mistake last lap, but I'd be interested to see what lap time he's going to do this time. He's made not 1 but 2 overtakes, 1 at turn 1, 1 at turn 13, so he's certainly got the pace to be in that group ahead rather than the group that he has just passed. Let's have a look. Gallia, is that making a mistake? Yes, it is. Just running a little bit wide at Crofty Corner, kicking up the dust there, and lucky to get away with that one.
Here we go. Oh. It's Nathan Green there was the issue.
Yeah.
Got himself right over the top of the curb there, so... And he'd be pretty frustrated with himself there. Hinks just out-worried him. Just pushed him a little bit wider and had Nathan Green a bit later on the brake pedal there. And Swain's also got in front of Nathan Green. Here's another move. That's Vaughan Cowell on the outside there of Adrian Gallia in the Grunter Racing entry. The Castrol livered car. Vaughan Cowell only at his second race meeting also made his debut here at round 1 here in early March. It's good to see that he's got a bit of extra livery on that car. The car was pretty much all white at round 1, so it's good to see he's put a bit of colour on that car.
I was going to say this that we were looking at was the fight for 6th position, but we're going to go back to that train of 4 between Hinks, Swain, Green and Hewitt. And what a quartet these quartet has produced. Great racing. The 142 machine is now overtaken Green, and this is how he did it. Down at turn number 17, up the inside. He's already made 1 place there. That's another one. He clearly has great momentum around 15, 16 into 17. Yeah, for somebody on debut, very good.
It's a hard place to pass down there at 17. It just really tightens right up. So he's managed to get through there okay. That's Brian Smith there. That's the high beam car wash at Gawler entry, which of course is Brian's own business there. It's always good to promote your own business on your own race car.
Although I think you'd rather be paid some money from a sponsor, though. Let's be honest. But it's a good alternative. And he actually set his PB last time through, a 27 flat.
Having a look at Sean Panowich there, and in the background, oh, there goes the witch's hat. And we've got a car over, and I think, was that the Cowell car?
It's very hard to tell when the car's on its side facing the wrong way of the camera.
This will obviously be a safety car here. Might be a red flag, I would suggest. Should be a red because the car's on its side.
Checkered and red, so we've declared the race very early. So it is Scaife that takes 2 from 2. Over 2 seconds faster than anybody else on that final lap. So it is Scaife from Panowich. Anderson coming home in 3rd ahead of Smith, and then the Gulf liveried machine of Semler. Not quite sure exactly who that is. We'll find out for you.
It's not Cowell, because he's just gone across the line.
I think it might be the Perkins liveried machine of Gallia. The number 11 is not there. I'm just hearing it is the Gallia machine number 11 that is on its side over the backside of the course.
That's unfortunate. And that's Adrian. So there he is.
Embracing the crowd. Oh, yes, bow. Give us a bow. Fantastic.
Yeah. He's all well. He's quite a character down there in the pits too, so he's quite joyous about it. And I think he's just happy to survive and just jump straight out of the car. So I don't think there's looked like there's going to be too much damage there. It's just tilted on its side, so they might be just tip it up and hopefully get Jake into the trophy race in their next race.
Yeah, that's true.
He may look a bit scuffed up, but here's the replay.
So here he is, just behind the Colwitz 86 machine. Runs a little bit wide, loses the rear, and I think the curb might trip him up, and it does, yes.
Just a gentle little rollover and tickle my belly. No problems there whatsoever. And they'll be able to put that back on all 4s. And should be, there it is. It's already back on all 4s and doesn't look like there's too much damage there.
I think the mirror will be folded in and that's about it. So
I can't
new
see
mirror
any broken windscreen or anything along that line. The medical crew will just take him aside, just give him a quick check over, but he seems quite fine.
We described it as a roll. It only really went over 90 degrees, didn't it? It was a quarter of a roll. So the lightest of light rolls that was. So great to see Gallia jump out of the machine and embrace the crowd who were cheering from the top of the pit lane. And yeah, he's certainly enjoyed his little moment in the sun there, hasn't he? But yeah, great to see he's okay. That is the main thing.
Actual drivers like a bit of live footage. Like to get themselves on the big screen.
It's great that you know, the South Australian series can be shown on Blendline TV. Of course, this is the real first round. We were here for Lamborghini Super Trofeo Asia last year, but great to have Blendline TV supporting the South Australian State Series here at the Shell V-Power Motorsport Park.
Such a popular series, this series. As far as the XLs are concerned. And that's actually down on turn 15.
Yes.
That's where that is at the moment, so not too far away from our recovery vehicles there. And there's the final results there with Scaife, Panowich, Kim Anderson, Bryant Smith, Aaron Semler, Vaughan Kywell, Adrian Gallia, Rob Zoanetti. Well, Gallia's out there on the grass, but we'll go back to Rob Zoanetti, Kevin Lynch. I think that was Graham Hewitt just inside the top 10 there. Darren Swain, Nathan Green dropped back a few spots. Les Hewitt there in the 23 car. Chris Stark, Andrew Young.
And it was Smith that won that inaugural championship, and he leads the series after round number 1.
And we're away. I was just keeping an eye on Kim Anderson there because his last start was a bit average. He's away a lot cleaner this time around in the 42 car, so he got away nice and clean. We made that mistake twice. Sean Panowich straight to the front, and he's got himself a nice little gap. He'll put himself a nice little gap between him and Nick Scaife down to turn 1, and they all fan out here and they try and sort their order out. That's what they do in every single race. Only a small car, so there's plenty of track space for them. Gallia in the 11 car on the inside there of Kevin Lynch. And Vaughan Kywell very wide there. He's right out on the curbing. In the 86 car just behind, you can see the green and white coloured car. So these two, that's Rob Zoanetti, Adrian Gallia alongside of each other, and then the next pair is Kywell and that's Aaron Semler in the golf-livered car.
Here we go, up the inside. The car that finished the last Masters race on its side has made a place on car number 29, Zoanetti. So great move there, and could be followed through by the number 86 of Kywell. Kywell notably seems to have lost a couple of places on this opening lap and has a bit of smoke coming out the back of the car down the hill. I'm not sure what that might be, but certainly a little bit of smoke from the tail end of that number 86 machine. Yeah, it's definitely some smoke anyway.
Yeah, went very wide at the first turn, the Kywell car, so not too sure there's an issue there. It's definitely, might be a bit of tyre rub. Well, he's our lead cars. Oh, it's game on here early. So it's Panowich and Nick Scaife there. And holding on there, Panowich and the complete doors and windows entry.
Similar to the last race, Panowich made the better start and made the most of the opening couple of corners, but from there it really was advantage Scaife. He took the lead, I think, on lap number 2 and just waltzed away with the race victory in the end. So it looks like, again, Panowich has made the good start, but it's all Scaife at the moment as the big train of cars comes down the hill. And here comes 29 returning serve. Zoanetti lost the place at turn 6. He takes back position number 5 at turn number 17. A well-made manoeuvre there to move up inside the top 5. And Gallia determined to take that one straight back. Kywell following in hot pursuit as well. And Zanetti, the big mover of that first lap, up 3 places.
He was changed of place up the front here by the looks of things, and Scaife up on the inside, and like we've seen him in previous races, once you get him in front, it's going to be very difficult to run him down. So Sean Panowich, and he's been in this series really right from the very start. Things have changed a lot since those days. I can tell you what, they've become such a professional series. So we go to Scaife, who back into the lead. Here's the next group. It's the 29 car of Rob Zoanetti in 5th position. Adrian Gallia just behind him trying to apply the blowtorch there. For Kyle Will around the inside of 6. That's where you want to be. If he can sneak up on the inside and don't outbrake himself, he should be all good there. And he's done that. He's pushed Gallia a little bit too wide there.
I don't think he pushed Gallia at all. I think Gallia just understeered off all by himself and ran wide. So an unforced error there for the number 11 machine. But
there's that smoke again from the back of the Coble car. Did you pick that up there, Dan? I was probably... just keep it close eye. It looks a little bit denser than what it was the previous lap. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. No doubt the stewards will be keeping a fairly close eye on that. You might have to get the meatball flag at the ready.
Fingers crossed that is not the case, and he can continue because he sits comfortably inside the top 10 at this point in time and is fighting for position with Zoanetti.
Here's a Hell-Tech replay here. Let's have a look. Oh, tighten right up. Gallia, he got pushed. You see it really just sort of out-braked himself there and went out wide over the top of the curb.
Certainly
came back on track fairly quickly. So not too much damage done. So it's Zoanetti, Kyle Will and Aaron Semler in the golf-livered car just behind them. This is for 5th, 6th and 7th position. It's pretty where the interest lies at the moment. Puff of smoke at the back of the Kyle Will car there on the gear change. So we're just keeping a close eye on that smoke. Now, all of a sudden, Kyle Will just backs off a little bit there. He's got a golf colour card right behind him there down to turn 1, so this will be a challenge. Absolutely no doubt about that. So Semler on the inside and really late on the brake pedal there. Not sure how they come out the other side, they're out of shot.
As we look at Hewitt, who's put together a good consistent weekend in around the top 10 in all of the races and sits this one bang on 10th position, so right in the midfield pack where we've seen so much action in both Masters and Trophy, and particularly around this machine, the 142 machine. Oh, there's a big run on the descent, and around he goes.
Oh, Darren Swain there, nice bit of stunt driving there, straightened it up straight away. No problems there, but there was that could have been not very good at all. If that car had dug in, there could have been a barrel roll. So he's very, very lucky to pull that one up. Good evasive action there from Nathan Green, who was sitting right behind him at that very moment.
The Martini liveried machine just had a slight nose there. Thought he would have the inside line and that the outside car would let him go, but the 142 of Swain took the apex as he normally would, unaware that there was that slight overlap. And obviously contact was inevitable. Lucky to get away with that as lightly as they did, particularly the 142 machine of Swain, to get it back facing in the right direction. And it's play on, but that might be looked at by the stewards because that was quite a moment and could have been a lot worse.
So Eddie just holding on Vaughan Colewall here. So the two green and white machines coming back inside the main complex there. They're probably Zonetti's not letting him get past. This is not a really good ideal passing opportunity here. Or will it be? We're about to find out. Oh, Colewall on the inside there. No, I don't think he's going to get it done there at 17, or will he? Oh, Semler trying to sneak through. Now the three abreast going there to turn. Oh, it's game on. I knew that was going to happen. They were just going to run out of room. There was no room for three cars there, so there had to be contact. And that's what turn 17 does to you. It just tightens up on the exit. And there's the absolute prime example of exactly what three cars abreast does there.
We thought we were going to see that earlier on in the trophy, and somehow the XL Trophies got away with it. Not on that occasion. It was a case of the people on the inside and the outside didn't know they were three wide. Only the person in the middle did, and they couldn't get out of it quick enough. And as they all sort of end up trying to find the same piece of tarmac, inevitable contact, and send each other into each other, and around they go.
Here's the replay.
So yeah, check this out. Up the inside goes the number 86 machine, And then on the exit, the Golf car.
This is the problem. See how tight it gets here? Oh, yeah. You just run out of room. And that's exactly what's happened there. There's just not enough room on that exit of that turn.
I think they'd well and truly exited the corner. It was down the straight, just a case of not knowing they were 3 wide. But the Starkini car trying to recover from their moment a couple of laps ago, and making a bit of progress up the field on the inside of green in the Jaguar liveried machine. So a few of the Tribute liveried XLs all on the track together. And green's lost a lot of ground there in the last couple of corners to the cars ahead. Not sure if there's an issue there, but yes, the Starkini. Oh, he's lost it, he's saved it, he has. Oh, that was a tank slapper and a half, just about caught it. Good catch. It's tricky to do once they start to get sideways on you. Weirdly, it's if in doubt, power out in an XL being front wheel drive, and that's exactly what he did, and was able to save it in what was quite a wild moment there.
Looking to save that one. So Chris Stark there, only his second race meeting too, new to this series. Very clever livery on that car. He's done a great job of, it was basically an all-white car at the first round, but they've certainly added a bit of a touch-up since the first round. The Starkini livered car. There he is. Beautiful job. Just beyond Graham Hewitt now. So now he's going to throw out the challenge to Graham Hewitt, the Black Ball Racing entry. Another long-time stalwart in this series as well. Not his original car he started with. He had a massive accident out here a couple of years back and wrote the original car off, and it's game on. Kim Anderson here getting in front of Brian Smith, and that's, or I guess he gets back into third position. Brian Smith just got in front of him momentarily there. So that position goes back to where it was. So the two blue machines,
who were second and first in the championship respectively after round one. Second for Anderson, Smith the round one winner, and Anderson's had to do it the hard way this weekend. Ooh. And there's a bit of a lock up there for Smith. They're fighting hard for third position. Anderson is just about holding on at the moment, but he's having to really use his nous and his intellect, his racing intellect, to keep the 99 car behind as they head down the hill. This is a great race in between these two, but their rivals have bolted. Scaife, fastest lap of the race last time through, 25.1, just 7/10 clear of Panowicz, and then a massive 9-second gap to these two, who are really getting stuck into it in the fight for third position. The time's running out. We're well over halfway through this one now. And the number 99 machine, the reigning champion and current championship leader, well, he's had to play a bit of second fiddle so far this weekend. He's not been used to that in the last year or so. And he's had to play fourth fiddle a bit this weekend so far. But Anderson showing him at the moment that he has enough to keep him at bay. But Smith is throwing everything at him, and he's got a good run, a really good run, around turn number 16, down into turn number 17. He's going to try the long way, but I think he'll cut back to the inside on the exit, will he? Yes, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to try and get the power down early, but he couldn't quite execute it how he'd envisioned it, or how I'd envisioned it as well, as they go around turn number 18. As we say, laps are running out, but Smith hounding him left and right all over the road. Anderson pulling to the right hand side to try and break the toe. We're hearing 2 laps to go, so just under 10 kilometers in length before the end of this race. He goes defensive into turn number 1 and then comes back, drifts back towards the racing line. Got to be careful. He can only make one defensive maneuver, and that will be that'll be pretty much on the border of that rule, I reckon. I think that was just about the side of legal for Anderson. But yes, once you commit to a defensive move, you cannot jink back another way. But he's doing everything he possibly can to keep Smith behind him. As they head down in turn number 9, Smith going to the inside again. Anderson defends. Doesn't alter his line this time. Keeps it to the far left-hand side of the circuit to keep Smith at bay, and is doing so very, very smartly at the moment. This is great, clean racing between these two machines. The Air Everywhere car and the High Beam machine just behind it. Both really nicely presented XLs. Where's he going to make the move here? What can he do? He's lost a bit of ground around that fast section, but visibly gains into turn number 11, and then around the right-hander at Crofty's corner as they head down the short little back chute before turn number 13. This is the closest he's been so far this lap. Is he going to have a crack at turn number 14? Let's see. I don't think he's quite close enough this time through. No, thinks better of it, but it's going to go down to the final lap of this motor race. These two fighting for third position. The top two, Scaife and Panowicz, are in a league of their own in this one. They're 3 seconds a lap faster at the moment as these two battle away for third place. Once again, defensive from Anderson. Here comes Smith. Oh, there's maybe a little bit of touch there in the braking zone. Smith throwing everything at him.
Certainly did. This is for, obviously, third and fourth position on track. Smith's tried everything, hasn't he? He's got up alongside him. He's rubbed panels. He's tried to out-worry Anderson. This is their last lap as well.
Oh, checkered flag,
Oh, checkered flag. Okay.
So that's come out a lap earlier than anybody of us expected. Checkered flag came out 1 lap earlier than expected. Scaife taking the win and setting the fastest lap of the race on that last lap. A 2-minute 25.1. Panowicz coming home in second position. Anderson third and Smith fourth. I'm seeing on the timing screen Lynch, car number 23, plummeting down the totem pole on the left-hand side. What has happened there?
Yeah, Lynch just dropped off there. We
10th, P10 in the end.
So he did manage to get through. There he is there. That's the green and black machine.
I think he was running 5th, wasn't he? Just behind those two. So dropped 5 positions. He's waving to the crowd. Doesn't seem too frustrated about what happened. But, the 23... not exactly the... sorry, not 23. Lynch, number 60. Not exactly sure what happened there. But there are the results then. Nick Scaife taking the victory. A dominant weekend from him in XL Masters. We'll see him back again later on this afternoon in XL Trophies. He beat home Panowicz, the margin, the closest it's been all weekend, 1.3 seconds. Kim Anderson gaining championship points on the man who finished behind him, the championship leader in Brian Smith. Beyond that, Adrian Gallia finishing a lot better than he did earlier on today on his side, that's for sure, coming home in 5th ahead of Vaughan Colwill, Robert Zanetti, Christopher Stark, Nathan Green on his return to the series, picking up 1 place on that final lap as Kevin Lynch dropped down the timing screen. Beyond that, Graham Hewitt, Darren Swain was certainly in the thick of the action in that one, coming home in 12th position ahead of Sean Berger on debut. A good result for him, 13th ahead of Dale Annette. Our non-finishers, Semler.